Alright, what's up guys? So yeah, this is potentially goodbye to this bike, to my 2023 Sherco 300. Yeah, look, I came across quite a nice deal online for I'm not gonna hide what I'm potentially getting. It's a new Sherco, a 2024 Sherco 300. They're running quite a nice special at Sherco South Africa. I inquired about it and I told him, look, this is what I've got to do a potential trade-in. We've spoken figures with the dealership already, and you know what they've offered without even seeing this bike as yet. I've just told them what I've got and the hours on it. I know the owner of Sherco quite well. I've been doing business with him and buying spares from them for quite a long time now, so I think he trusts what I'm telling him and what I'm bringing him. So I'm gonna take the bike there this morning for them to do like a PPI on a pre-purchase inspection, and yeah, if they give me what we've already spoken about over the phone, I think I'll go through with the deal. But yeah, looking at the bike now is a bit of a bittersweet moment and making me quite sad, to be honest, to get rid of it. But yeah, this is a low hour bike, 50 hours on the bike, so it's pretty much brand new, still is brand new. So yeah, whoever ends up getting this bike, I think they are going to be getting a hell of a good machine. There is a couple of things that I'm going to be taking off this bike to put on the new bike though, which I will go through in a second now. Yeah, sorry, so as I was saying, there's a couple things I'll take off this bike to put on the new bike, just to sort of make me comfortable on the new bike right away. Well, the most important things are going to be my suspension. I'm going to pull out this shock and put it on the new bike, my shock as well as my forks. They're exactly the same on the 24 bike to the 23 bike. Reason why I'm doing that is I'm so comfortable on this bike, and it's been revalved and set for me and for my riding. So just to eliminate the hassles of revalving short forks and shocks on the new bike, and we've got a riding trip planned for next weekend, and I'll probably have the new bike by then. That's if everything goes smoothly at Sherco with this deal. I don't see why it won't. So yeah, that's gonna come off, and then just to put it straight onto the new bike to make me feel as comfortable as possible, as soon as possible on the new bike. Yeah, the other things, I'll just take this cover off. This is a billet clutch cover that I'm going to be putting onto the new bike. Yeah, I fitted this power valve cover that I'm going to take off. This we'll leave on, so the new owner of this bike is going to have a sweet S3 header. It's got one little thing there, but that's nothing really. We're going to leave, and these are just fitted last week, literally did one ride with them. The others were quite chewed up. We're going to leave that on. This protector is going to stay on, fan will stay on, the radiator guards will stay on. Yeah, this protector, which we're going to leave on. My wraps I'm going to take off. My full wrap covers will just come with the forks. My mousses I'm going to take out, front and back. On the front here, yeah, this I'm going to take off definitely. These are very expensive, these ARC levers, but they're expensive for a reason. They last and they do the job. The only way these things can bend, you can see the little nicks there, is up and down, but I think they are also like a billet sort of aluminum alloy thing, because if they bend down or up, you can just straighten them. You straighten them out. So that will come off. That I'm also gonna take off. I don't wanna, you know, sell the bike with that on, but I'm gonna take this and put it on the new bike, believe it or not. It's broken in such a way where, you know, I'm comfortable sort of using it, because literally when we ride, or when I ride, it's just that finger most of the time on there. So I'm gonna take that. Oh, and I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the whole seat from this bike and put it on the new bike, because these are not like the stock that come on the bike, where it's, you know, it's got that elastic, and it just hugs on, and then you staple it on. You've got to staple this and then cut it out. And yeah, I really like this, so I'm gonna just take the whole seat, put it on the new bike potentially. So yeah, I think whoever ends up buying this bike is gonna get a solid machine, that's gonna have new forks, brand new forks on with 0 hours, as well as a shock, because as I said, we're pulling the forks, pulling the shock, and they're gonna from the new bike and put it on this bike. So yeah, bit of a sad moment, but let's take her to Pretoria, to Sherco, South Africa, and then yeah, let Ben go through it. If he's happy, she's gonna be gone. Alrighty guys, what's up? So there she is, my brand new 2024 Sherco 300 SE factory. Yeah, I'll just walk you through the bike and show you, you know, what I pulled off from the old bike to put onto this bike. So as I mentioned, my suspension, my forks, my shock, pulled off this billet clutch cover, this power valve cover, the high volume power valve cover. I really enjoyed the feel of it. On the old bike, only did one ride with it, and then yeah, she was gone. S3 foot pegs as well, that we pulled off the old bike. As I said, I like this brake lever, and you know, it's broken just in the perfect spot that even if I do fall again, it's highly unlikely that it's gonna break again. These S3 master cylinder savers as well we've got on this bike. My seat, my one gripper seat, didn't want to go through the stress of, you know, detaching this from the seat itself, so we just swapped seats completely, to put on the old bike. What else? Yeah, just this ignition cover as well that we took and put on this bike. So I still have quite a bit to do on this bike, you know, to get it set up for me and for my riding. We didn't even start the bike yet at the dealer. So crazy. What happened was, you'll hear, as I mentioned, when I was recording my 23 bike. So took the bike there. You know, Ben had a look at it. He was happy, and you know, I put him under a bit of pressure and said, hey, look, what's the odds of getting this deal done today and swapping everything? He's a bit understaffed and underpowered. He didn't have anyone to help him, so I said, no, look, I'll stay and I'll help you. So I sat there at the dealer for a couple of hours, swapping things between the two bikes, and then yeah, I just brought it home. It's been in the garage for a couple of days. I had to go away for a work trip, so yeah, now we're gonna get started, finish setting her up for my riding, and you know, the setup that I like as well. As I said, we haven't even started it. We didn't even put fuel in it. There's no battery in it even, you know. I've still got to do all that, but we'll first do all the major stuff. I'll show you guys just now what we still have to throw on the bike, and then we'll get started with that. Alright guys, so got all my goodies laid out on the table here. This is the swing arm tab from PSP. They make really good products, these guys. So I run 2 rim locks as well, so I'm gonna have to drill a second hole for this second rim lock to go in, which is gonna run sort of like 180 to the one that's currently on the bike. We've got swing arm guards here. This is probably, I'd say, the biggest job, because you got to pull. So this is your radiator braces, and you literally have to pull your radiators off, drain the fluid, pull them off to fit these. Also, this is PSP products. Rear disc guard, nice product this. And here's my sprockets. So I run different gearing to what's currently on the bike. Don't like that gearing at all, so this is pretty much the same gearing as what I had on my old bike. And then yeah, it's got the battery here. We're gonna have to play with jetting as well. I don't know what's currently in the bike, but as I said, I haven't even started it, but I doubt it's the right jetting. So we'll pull the carb apart and also have to set the flow tight. And this is probably the part I'm most excited about. So part of the deal with the new bike was a Akrapovic silencer. I mean, this thing alone is a good, I think it's close to 20,000 rand just for the silencer alone. So really stoked on this. Yeah, this is my front mousse. Reason why I'm showing you this, so it's a bit chewed up. This is a Michelin mousse. I had it on the old bike. So the new bikes come out with it's a 90/90/21. I'm not a big fan of those. I've got a brand new 90/100/21 Michelin Enduro medium. That's what I prefer to run, but because this mousse is so chewed up, I've just said to myself, look, I want to still use this mousse. I'm sure I can still get a couple of hours out of it, so I'm gonna just chuck it into the 90/90/21. It should fit. Yeah, just to get a little bit extra life out of it. So yeah, let's get to work. I think I'll start on the front end of the bike, and then work my way backwards. Yeah, here she is here. So what I'm gonna do as well, you'll see in I think it's the first video, my maintenance tips video, these bearings here. So I'm gonna pull the forks out and pull the triple clamps out and just inspect these bearings, see if they greased well enough. Yeah, I'm not gonna document the whole process, but if I find anything funny on the bike, I'll record and show you guys. Also gonna pull the whole swing arm out and do the swing arm bearings just to inspect them, inspect and grease, make sure it's good. So yeah, I'll get started on. Alright guys, so triple clamps out. It's greased adequately. I mean, it's not great. If I did the job myself, I would have put quite a lot more grease. Definitely not up to a standard I would want it. And you can see this top one as well. Yeah, you see, you want, when you inspect that bearing, you want to see grease full in there, in those gaps there. You want that grease to be, you know, thick in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just re-grease these and put them back. Alright guys, so swing arms out, and these bearings here, these swing arm bearings are pretty well greased. So I'm happy with that. Pull that bush out. Hope you can see nicely this lighting. Yeah, but the greasing in there is adequate, so put the bushings back, get the swing arm back on. But before I put the swing arm back on, while the bike is like this, you know, I've got enough space here, because we still have to do jetting and set the flow tight and that. So my next task is gonna be to pull this carb out and set the flow tight and do my jetting as well. Alright guys, so there we have it, finally done with stripping and assembly slash prep of this bike for enduro. I'll just quickly go through the bike again, front to back, of everything I've fitted on for you know, for the type of riding that I do. So tubes out, mousses, probably most important thing on this bike. I've got mousses front and back. We've got this PSP shoe or fork guard there. Again, PSP billet aluminum disc guard on the front. Okay, let's come to the top here. Yeah, my ARC levers. So these are like unbreakable levers. Nice with these, they can bend either way. I have hit them, you know, a rock hit at the bottom or the top, but you know, it just bends up, it doesn't snap, you know, it'll bend, and then you can just use a wrench and straighten it. And then I've got these S3 master cylinder savers, those are also quite nice, quite important. What else on the front? I think the front, that's about it. Okay, and then yeah, fitted these PSP radiator guards. That's also very important, you know, you don't want to fall on a rock or a log and bust the radiator, you know, that'll end your ride very fast if you don't have that. And then we've got the Poly Sports ignition cover. Here at the bottom, also very important, is your skid plate with the linkage guard. Also just same thing I did on my old bike, is just a little extra reinforcement there. This is just the old, this is an old swing arm guard that I just cut and put a piece there. And then yeah, new swing arm guards. We've also got this PSP swing arm tab protection, sort of a protection for the bike, so you don't damage your swing arm chain guide connection. What else? Okay, this is also, these are really good, these one gripper seats. The stock seat covers these bike come out with are quite decent, but after some time they do wear, and then you find yourself sliding back, so these are very good. Oh, and then this Akrapovic silencer that this bike came with, well, it was part of the deal, so really stoked on that. Can't wait to see what this bike rides like with this. Fitted a second rim lock here. Fitted a second rim lock. So I had to, and then, as I said, directly 180 from the standard one. And you run a soft mousse, that's quite important, you know, so the tire is not slipping on the rim. Okay, what else? Yeah, I mentioned earlier, pulled this off the old bike, billet in aluminum clutch cover. My S3 pegs, so these are the ones that sit 5mm back and 5mm lower. Then we've got the S3 high power valve cover, high volume power valve cover. Nice with these Shercos is this actually comes standard on the bike, you don't have to buy this, you know. So this fan, it's a nice thing that they throw in there with the bike, and that's also quite important. The slow technical rider that we do, you definitely need a fan, you don't want your bike cooking. Okay, so I think that's about it, guys. Let's put some fire. This is literally gonna be the first start of the bike. I've put some fuel in it now. So just side note, so it's probably gonna be running a little bit rich because I've jetted this bike for sea level. We're going down to Natal for the weekend. It's Thursday today, we're gonna leave tomorrow, ride there Saturday, Sunday. So I didn't want to jet it because we're up here at Johannesburg, Highveld, about 1,500 meters here. So it's not gonna run, probably not gonna run great, but most important thing is that she starts. That's all we want. So yeah, I've got the fuel on, got the choke on, just for the first start. Let's see what she does. Can, yeah, definitely reach. Okay, let me put the choke off, try again.
probably a bit low, that's why even with the choke, so I'm just revving it a little bit just to warm it up. I'll have to set the idle. But yeah, she starts